As the Ottoman Empire expanded, the Bektashi built their teches across the Balkans. But the first of many persecutions was about to befall upon the Bektashi. The auspicious event in 1644 was marked with the destruction of the large Hizalik monastery near Adrianopolis by the Grand Vizier, Kara Mustafa Pasha. Rumours of heresy were most likely used as the Pasha's cover to repurpose the valuable building materials for his own mausoleum. The rumours of heresy were possibly a result of cultural differences, because men and unveiled women secretly worshipped together. The dervishes scattered and laid low for the next few decades on the western borders of the empire's periphery, a safe haven already mixed with various religions due to the region's location along the borderlands that had previously separated Eastern and Western Roman empires. Albania was a fertile ground for Bektashi beliefs to take hold. As time passed, the persecutions of 1644 began to fade, and the dervishes who fled the Hizalik monastery also spread their religion. And this was later accelerated in the late 18th century and early 19th century, due largely to a man called Ali Pasha Tepelena, and he ruled from this castle in Tepelena. He was a de facto ruler of a semi-independent state within the Ottoman Empire, and he opposed central Ottoman authority. And the Bektashi held similar views of the Sultanate. So Ali Pasha aligned himself with this religious order. It became a refuge, his domains, for the dervishes fleeing persecution. But there were also other reasons why these two aligned with each other. By the mid-1500s, much of the Balkans was already conquered by the Ottomans, and there was no need for this tolerant religion to be used as a soft power by the Ottomans to embrace all of the different religions in their new part of the empire. Also in 1516, the Ottomans conquered Damascus, an important trading town, but also important because it was the gathering point for Islamic faithful before they set off on their pilgrimage to Mecca. And protection of these pilgrims was a huge responsibility, and the Ottomans took it very seriously and assumed the position of guardianship over Sunni Islam. The heterodoxy of the Bektashi was beginning to lose favour. It's a massive castle because Ali Pasha was a very powerful man. It's so large that today people still live within its walls. And Bektashiism has been a way of life here for such a long time that you still find turbes and tekes scattered throughout, such as this beautiful little turbe in the middle of the castle. I love the gardens. Bektashi are very, very big on gardens, and you'll always find tekes and turbes beautifully looked after. Flowers blooming, cypress trees are always in there. So I've met with Gazim, who's living within the castle walls. How are you, Gazim?
Fine, thank you.
Bravo. This beautiful little turbe is opposite your house. You see this every morning.
Yeah, we see here.
A good thing to wake up to.
See, it's a good thing having this.
Yeah.
There here.
Yeah. How many Bektashi do you think live within the castle walls? Half of the population?
No, I think not only the people who live in here, but all the city appertain to Bektashin. We live with each other with harmony, not problems of because there is a jami.
Yes, a mosque.
Okay, mosque, and there is not a problem.
Yeah.
The Muslim have not problem with Bektashi, with Orthodox. In Albania, there is harmony, is perfect, because we have maybe in Scuteri there is Catholic.
Yes.
But not problem with Muslim, with
Yes.
Bektashi, with Orthodox. There is the same.
Yeah. It's something in the
I think there is an exemption of harmony of the belief.
I think Kazim is right. The religious tolerance of the Albanians is exemplary. For the nation's 4 religions, their religious days are all national holidays, and interfaith marriages are common. Even Ali Pasha of Tepelena was married to a Christian Orthodox woman. However, our focus is on Ali Pasha's relationship with the Bektashi. This relationship to the Bektashis came at a cost. Ali Pasha had a rival in the north, the Pasha of Shkodra, and he viewed the Bektashis as sympathetic to his rival, Ali Pasha. So he blocked any Bektashis that came into his region. That's why you have more Bektashi in the south than you do in the north of the country, because of this rivalry between the 2 Pashas. The Bektashi were about to face another setback. The Janissaries, by the early 1800s, had become very powerful. They could depose of Grand Viziers, the prime ministers. They could block reform by the sultans, and they could overthrow their cauldrons, which was a symbol that they were rioting. In 1826, Mahmud II had had enough of the Janissaries, and he surrounded their barracks and massacred them. The Janissaries were no more. The Bektashi, by association, because they provided pastoral care for the Janissaries, were also in the scopes of the Sultan, and they went underground. Their teches were destroyed. They fled to the margins of the Ottoman Empire, to places such as Albania, and this region where Bektashi had taken root in the south. The decades rolled by into the later 1800s, and the persecutions from the auspicious event had faded. Bektashiism flourished here in southern Albania during this period, and it was about to become an important part of Albania's bid for independence as the Ottoman Empire began to crumble. All across this region of southern Albania, you'll find wonderful little villages on hillsides and in valleys. And in those villages, you will always find wonderful little turbes, which are mausoleums to the Babas, and also teches. This wonderful one in Libahova I've been to many times over the years, and the garden is always immaculate. People in the community come here and garden as a social activity. It's wonderful to watch all the people getting together, tending to the gardens.
Gardening seems to be a central theme to the Bektashis. I guess it's a way of observing how God tends to the garden of the earth, they tend to the gardens of their teche. But also, it could be a passion that reflects their distant Persian past, since they have a great interest in the arts and poetry.
The Quran is their holy book, but Nafez, their poetry, is central to the Bektashi path. Much like Christians use parables to illustrate a moral or spiritual lesson, Bektashis use poetry, often filled with gardens, flowers, and roses.